It's the final stage of the interior rehab on this old G-body. Picking up from where we left off in the last upload, the dash is out, so it's time to deep clean everything. I don't know that we're gonna actually get into any repairs here today of that dashboard, but we're gonna tackle steering column. We're gonna clean things up. We got 40 years of dirt and grime and cigarette smoke residue to deal with. So with that, just wanted to say, my name is Grant Tommy. This is Straight Six Van, your home for offbeat hot rodding, and this is my 1979 Pontiac Grand Prix, which is my current offbeat hot rod. Something a little different that you don't always see. And it's been half a year spent on rehabbing this interior, but let's go ahead and see where I'm at now. Alright, as mentioned, the dash is out, and we have a giant mess. It's very overwhelming right now, but as you can see, what I've done, I think what we're going to do first in terms of refinishing is, well, I've got to clean the steering column and the steering wheel. Too lazy to take it off. It's just one more thing I don't want to have to put back together. But as you can see, I've got a tarp draped over in there, and so we're going to hit that with some dish soap first, which is the normal first step here on these interior rehab things. And you can go check out some of my other plastic repair or restoration videos. I'll leave a card in the upper left hand corner of your screen. But for now, let's get to going on cleaning everything out. It's about 40 degrees here in Kansas. It is mid-November already, and we're not going to get too many more days this warm moving forward. So if we have to fill up a bucket with soap and water, let's do that today. Nice and cozy in here, but it looks like weapon of choice is going to be Magic Eraser. Was that Mr. Clean? And boy, this is going to be cool. Okay, don't know if you saw there, but man, I was just the grain on the steering wheel was tearing up the Magic Eraser. I mean, you can see little shavings down there. So then I first pulled out the old wheel brush and then a toothbrush, trying to just get deep into the grain. But man, I still have some trouble spots. So we're just gonna bank off of. It's not showing up as bad on camera, but I guess we're just going to bank off of the rest of the process to help. That probably helps show it. So we have the SEM soap and Scotch-Brite pad will be our next step to do the steering wheel, but we're not going to do that just yet because, again, today's about getting as many pieces as possible cleaned because of the weather, and it's time for a new bucket because I don't know if you can see this, but that's just from the steering wheel, and I think I did like two or three HVAC vents. So it's pretty gross. So we're gonna do a fresh bucket, and we'll do our glove box, which is disgusting inside too. Lightly do this, the dash, and then there's the little panel that went under the steering wheel. So, like I said, our objective is clean today. Okay, we got all the accessories cleaned. So now what we're left with is the dash itself, and well, the gauge pod surround, well, that's not necessarily going to get repainted like some of these things. I am actually thinking of maybe where it's wood grain. I'm thinking about maybe taking it to a local guy who does vinyl and seeing if he's got a carbon fiber style vinyl and doing that portion in carbon fiber. So I'm curious what you guys think. Leave a comment below. Should I carbon fiber that, or should I leave it wood grain? I think it's going to look better carbon fiber since we're doing the tan and gray motif on the inside. But yeah, you tell me. Alright, so just another example of the average state of grunge that this car was in when I got it. So gross. Now granted, this is behind the dash, but I mean, the dash itself is that much better. But there's crack repair 1 we gotta fix. Crack repair 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a little imperfection down there. But what we're gonna do now, I'll show you how to remove these duct diffusers, and then there's the Grand Prix nameplate here, held on by these 3. They're not really, I guess we'll call them studs, like plastic studs, but we'll spin these off. I think they're 10mm, but yeah. And then, of course, we'll remove our speaker. It's funny because driver's side is mounted completely different than passenger side, but we'll get that off as well. Okay, there are a number of these little clips here that you just push in and then push this out from the back. Honestly, it's really hard to do one person wise. I would almost recommend finding like a hose clamp or something that you could just get around all of these and cinch it down, and then I think that might work. But anyway, it's just gonna be easier to scrub these, and then it's gonna be easier to paint with these out. And I also think I might find some black plastic paint for this trim ring. Touch that up. Alright, so I know that was probably pretty boring because it was just a bunch of cleaning parts, but I guess the point is like you almost can't spend enough time cleaning your parts for your prep for this interior rehab. Again, I've done a plastics video. I'll leave that as an in-screen card for you to go check out. But now the least favorite part of the episode is when I gotta pick up this side of the garage and figure out how to get all this crap back into the interior of that car without putting things back in their proper place, since they're not ready to go back in their proper place. But that's on me to figure out. Like I said, I'm going to leave some cards over here so you can go check those out. Stay tuned for part 2. But otherwise, to all my 6 fans out there, thanks for watching.